Okay, hi guys. Okay, I do want to make sure that everything is on. So we're building a studio in here, and so I wanted to shout out to this one girl who is a Chris Brown fan, like a super Chris Brown fan. So they're basically the Team Breezy. I'm not Team Breezy whatsoever. You can call me Team Brown. I prefer Brown because the Breezies are like, there should be a section of the fans, because a section of the fans are the ones that are bullies. They bully like other fans that have mental issues, and they're responding to to Chris Brown's music. They're responding to his words, like everything that he's saying. Like, they're basically doing what he's asking them to do. They're basically doing what they're supposed to do, assuming the position. But the Breezy fans don't understand that, and they're being haters. So I'm not for that. Like, they're trying to act like this girl is crazy. This girl is not crazy. She knows what she's doing. If she can build a GoFundMe page, if she's reading the Bible, she is being operated by the power of God in so many different ways. And she's also like an angel to me, because she's like a defense mechanism where, like, I don't want to go to any of Chris Brown's concerts if he's going to allow his fans to attack people with mental issues. If the security guard is not tight, if everybody is just booing, like, people boo and there's nothing you can do with that. But I would never want to go to a place where I don't feel safe, and I know exactly how she feels. So God bless her, and I'm going to show you guys a lot of the video. First, let me show. So this is what I want you to do. I mean, it's not what I want, but what you should do. If you are a Chris Brown fan, definitely assume the position, because he needs you to catch him. He's probably stuck in a label that once you sign a contract, you basically can't really come out unless you it depends on how long the contract is or whatever. So Chris Brown has a dream of building a studio. So basically he probably can't right now because he's too busy, and he's worked so hard that he cannot really he hasn't gotten a chance to take care of his mental health. He needs you to be the singer, the responder to his music, handle the fans. A lot of the fans are like, it's not my responsibility to take care of fans, but my thing is just to take care of the ones that do suffer from mental issues, and they're definitely doing their best to basically respond to the man that they love. Like me being a Chris Brown fan, I don't know how long that's gonna last, because if I don't feel like he's defending his fans with mental issues, I don't think he's the kind of guy that I really want to be a part of. I don't want to crew up with somebody that I feel like is just taking money from the community but not giving back into the community the way he's supposed to. And your number one fans are the ones that are the most like you, because Chris Brown suffers from bipolar disorder. So what you're going to need to do is build a studio. Now, I know that's hard, but definitely a GoFundMe page is a great start. If you move to California, California is expensive. There is a price to pay to living in California, because a lot of people come to California to follow their dreams, and they end up homeless because you need a support system. When you don't have a support system, someone to pay your rent, someone to help you with housing, you're going to end up sleeping on the street, or sleeping in your cars, or hopping from house to house. You're going to end up probably being a prostitute, because a lot of guys do FWP, meaning they want you to live with them for sexual favors, or in exchange for being just a spouse, or like someone that could be their person, right? So those are things you have to think about when following your dreams, because it takes a lot. And it's not like anybody just wants to let just anybody live with them, because it's risky just letting strangers live with you. So we're going to build this studio. We had already started, but a lot of this equipment is a lot cheaper. It's cheap, so it's like some of it is just little static keys. So we're gonna buy this super big. It's almost like, I think, $3,000. This super big studio thing that I saw on Amazon. Definitely going to invest in that. And like, as you can see, it's really hard to find the right connections, get the right speakers. Got this JBL speaker for $500 on Amazon, which works really well, because then until I can get everything that I need to actually use my studio mic and actually have build a perfect studio in here. Like, so far I got the Mac. That's what you need. You need Apple. I mean, it's not you could start where you can, but Apple everything, like, that's what you need, because Apple has a great security system. You're going to need cameras. You're going to need more than one iPhone. I mean, I have the latest iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that's the best one. So you want to build your credit, get self, so you can be able to build your credit, And when you build your credit, you can actually do finance on your iPhones, etc., etc. So that way you can stay up to date with the latest iPhone and have the latest, like, you know, perks that come with that iPhone. So yeah, so having a tripod, everything, like all my mirrors are messed up right now because I definitely do need to get some Windex and just wipe things down. But we switched everything up, and yeah, so we're super excited. So I want this lady to know that she is loved and cared for, because I feel like I'm that kind of person. Just Chris Brown says in a lot of his music, I want you to love me like you're crazy. So when these fans come out and they're like acting like they're crazy, it's like, it's because that's what he's asking for. Because Chris Brown also is a crazy person. As you can see, he beat up Rihanna, who I don't know if I strongly believe. I believe that he did because of the things that he says, but I don't know exactly. Like, Jay-Z could have easily beat up Rihanna. Like, I don't know the issue. Like, Jay-Z, like, people like big bosses know how to cover up crime so well, especially when they have money. They'll pay you and make deals just to make you take their place instead of them taking the fall, you know? So it's a lot of the things. They did that with Chris Brown, but I don't doubt that Chris Brown did that, but I also feel like there's a lot more to the story than is being told to the world. So we're going to show you about what we're going to show you everything about so let's go back to make sure you, when you get your iPhone, you operate your Face ID, because so I don't like how this girl was making fun of the, like, I don't like I know you do, I appreciate the information, but I feel like they were like, they calling them stalkers. Don't confuse a fan by a stalker. A stalker is like somebody that's gonna come and knock on your door and things like that. And yeah, fans can become stalkers, but I don't see this woman being a stalker because everything she's doing is online. Like, you get what I mean? And so a stalker is going to come knocking at your door, but it's not like they can get to Chris Brown's door. And then this girl talking about, oh, she was all in his face with the camera. She wasn't all in his face with the camera. She was focused on recording his face. Guess why? Because why would she focus on recording everybody else? When I go to a Chris Brown concert or my favorite celebrity's concert, I want to see my favorite celebrity. I don't give a shit about seeing the fans. I don't care about the dancers. I don't care about anybody else. I want to see the celebrity. Okay, that's who I paid for, and that's who invited me. And so a lot of these, they think they're smart, but they're not.
Breezy is hating on her so much and bullying her online. I'm gonna give you all the details and give you all.
Hey man, I don't know what's in my music, but we got some of the crazy. I got some of the craziest stuff in the world, man.
Angela Rutherford, aka
and Chris Brown, don't forget, you're a pretty crazy stalker yourself, because we've seen you stalking your ex-girlfriends on camera. So yeah, don't make it sound so bad, because I don't think this is, and Angela, her name is Angela, and I don't think in her situation she's a stalker. I think she's a fan like everybody else. She's just really stepping up to the plate better than everybody else, and like other people are not doing.
Chris Brown's alleged stalker.
Doing what other people are doing.
Explaining what is going on with her and why social media and Team Breezy is hating on her so much and bullying her online. I'm going to give you all the details, and
I'm not Team Breezy, because a lot of people are saying that Team Breezy is hating on her. I'm definitely going to change that. Wherever you see Team Breezy, that was before I realized how hateful Team Breezy and how ignorant they are. And I don't want to be a part of any ignorance.
Give you also a little bit about her, and maybe it'll help you understand why Angela may be this way and what's going on with her. Now, I've combed through hours and hours of Angela Rutherford's live streams to kind of get a background about her and fill out maybe why she's acting this way. Now, let's get into this crazy ride. Make sure you strap in, because it's a little bit of a long one. But before we go any further, my name is Amber, and this is Amber Say It, where I make videos about a bunch of interesting topics. Now let's get into it. Chris Brown posted this post, and it's kind of set out the whole online bullying thing towards Angela. So Chris Brown posted this.
Dancer, the one that Beyonce fired, she finally have a chance. She was been mad since February, and Chinese New Year was wearing red.
And wait, real quick, Chris Brown posted this. So Chris Brown got Chris Brown's attention. So to be continued. See you in the next video. Hi guys. Okay, we're back, and this time we're a little bit more dressed. Sometimes I like to just like see myself dressed up a little better. Okay, so we're getting back into the video of the Chris Brown fan, the one that they call the stalker. Okay, so hold on. So yeah, so as we're working on building the studio, a lot of times as a female, it's a lot better to just do your own thing, get your own studio, be your own person. Because a lot of times these studios owned by men, they always want you to suck their cocks. They always want you to sleep with them in exchange for this. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. We just want to make music. And I think it's okay to make music without making someone have sex with you. I would never want anybody to come and sign with my label and think they have to sleep with me. I don't need you to sleep with me. As long as I have one guy that is sexing me good enough, you know, so far, Chris Brown has put in that application and he has definitely signed. If he sees me and is like, oh, I'm interested, and he behaves well, then we're good. But if he doesn't, then it's like, start putting in an application, start showing me your skills before you come to my bed and disappoint me. No offense. Start practicing. So yeah, and it's not just about sex, it's definitely about building a friendship and a relationship and a bond and a partnership. Partnership meaning you know how to work the system, you know how to work this stuff, you know what to do, you know me well. Meaning, grab my water for me. Whenever you see me walk into the room, have my water ready, have my tea ready. If I drink tea, make sure my bed is made, make sure my dog is fed, and make sure that's team. There's no just being friends, there's partnership. And we become friends and partners, right? And whenever you need services, I got your back. That's how this is going to work. Because a lot of times when you tell people we're just going to be friends and we're best friends, they end up not doing what they're supposed to do, and they think they could just hang out and use the title best friend and benefit from that. Like, of course, I'm going to be a big star eventually, nowhere else to go if it's God's will. And being that person, I need our team to be definitely ready. So pay attention, take notes, don't miss, because I'm going to be like, because I'm a very intricate person. No matter what I was diagnosed with or whatever they say I have, mental issues or whatever, I'm a very intelligent person. Therefore, I take notes and I pay attention to detail. So you need to be the same way. Okay? All right, guys. Okay, so just to fill you guys in, for those that are watching the video without seeing the other video, this is the Chris Brown stalker. Supposedly, Chris Brown posted this video, and I guess he said that he was this is the stalker. But, you know, I don't see how she's a stalker, and I don't feel like he should call her a stalker. But I'm going to follow up with her page and just see what kind of person she is to judge properly, see if this is really a stalker or not. So that those of you that are feeling called out and feeling like you want to respond to Chris Brown, I don't want you guys to go to Chris Brown's shows and then you end up being mistreated because you're responding to his music like something what I would do. Like a lot of his music, I would write to his beats. I will sing his songs right back to him. You get what I mean? And I don't want to go to his shows and love and care about him and want a hug from him, and then he says, oh, I'm a stalker, you know, because then if you start calling me a stalker, then I'm not even a fan anymore. I won't even show up, because a stalker won't leave you alone. I mean, a stalker won't. They will keep going, even if you tell them no. A fan will back off once you tell them that you don't want to be with them, you don't want anything to do with them, they'll be done. Like, that's how I am. Any of my ex-boyfriends that told me they didn't want to be with me, that's why they're not with me now. It's not that they ran. It's that I shut it off. I was like, once they said no, I'm like, no, then we won't be together. There's no point of chasing. There's no point of stalking. There's no point of any of that. There is plenty of fish in the sea. And just so you know, Chris Brown is not the finest man in the world. Trust me. He has sexy tattoos, a sexy body, and he knows how to dance really well. But oh my God, there are so much more. There are way finer guys than what you see in the industry right now. The industry doesn't even have half even one of the finest men in the world. Like, I will give you an example of what fine is, and you will see, because OMG, I've seen them in person. I've dated them in person. They just don't have the qualities that Chris Brown has. You know, they don't have the talent that Chris Brown has. So let's continue.
And Nothing You But came on. I guess I got the club crunk, but I'm just being myself. God damn, I'm not.
So she's basically saying, and we're gonna keep going with this. She's basically saying she went to a Chris Brown show or concert, and she was just being herself. And then all of a sudden, one of Chris Brown all of the fans were booing her. All of the fans started, all the Team Breezy fans started booing her. She's on the floor by herself dancing. Something that I would really do. Like, I would be like, hell, I'm getting on the floor dancing to get my money's worth, right? Smart girl. And so all of them, and then it's a way of getting famous, because look how she's now, everybody's posting her videos. So she's pretty smart. And so she gets up there, and then one of his dancers, the main girl, and I think her name is Taylor or something, you're gonna hear when this girl's telling you, but I just want to put it in my own words. So this girl sees them booing, and so she comes out and starts dancing, right? And so of course she didn't say, oh, hey, I hope you're feeling okay, you know, comforting her. She just started dancing to kind of like basically say, like, I'm gonna save your ass. I'm gonna give the crowd what they want instead of you being out here. You know what I mean? And save you from being booed. So Chris Brown's dancer goes up there and starts dancing, and so this woman gets offended. By the way, I thought this was a guy at first, because I thought they were saying it was a tranny, but it's not. She looks like a real woman. Her breasts look real. So anyway, so that's what I believe. But I'll dig more into who this woman is, because she's interesting. She's definitely got my attention, and so yeah, so I feel like they offended her, and then the dancer shows up and starts dancing. So she's basically saying, I don't care if you're a Chris Brown dancer. I'm not trying to compete with you. That's basically what she's saying. That's true. Like, you know, so she took it as if the girl was just trying to be like, get off stage. They don't want to see you, you know, and she took it to offense.
Competing with you. I'm not trying to be a better dancer than you. Miss Professional Dancer who dances for Chris Brown and Beyonce. I'm not trying. I haven't been in professional school. I'm not a backup dancer for a celebrity. I'm just, oh, this song is good. Let me get up and dance. And she want to get up and dance. She put a microphone to her ass. You can hear her clap. I'm like, you been waiting for this moment? Like, she's a loser. You're a loser. I think, get on my nerve.
So she's just mad because she's upset because this girl came and just put on a real show, right? To be honest, I wouldn't do that, because especially if I know that these fans are just having one moment, one day, one time, I wouldn't try to be like, let me be the person, especially if I've been on Chris Brown's videos and I've already done this. I look at people like this as like more important, because I already have time with Chris Brown. I've already danced with Chris Brown. I would never want to rub that in a fan's face. I want a fan to feel what I feel when I'm on stage with Chris Brown. I want them to feel special too, right? So I feel like she hurt her feelings, and I understand why she's hurt. Of course she's angry, because she's rubbing it in her face. And so that girl is somebody that I would never want to meet anyway, because of just the way she reacted. And I'm not talking about this girl. I'm talking about the dancer.
I'm so happy. Boy, I see why people get blown up in the mother. I kept looking at everybody. I was remembering everybody's face. Man, wait till I get my money ready. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta join a gang, if I gotta do some mob, I don't care. Like I said,
and please don't join gangs. Like, you see how they would do anything for you as a celebrity. They're doing everything they can to get your attention. I feel like he should definitely invest in the communities that have mental issues and definitely help them out, because they're doing everything in their power to get to him. And I know he's working hard, but I know like he's getting his money's worth. Like, you know, they're getting their money's worth. It's not like they're not getting their money's worth, but at the same time, giving back to your fans is very important. Making every one of them, it's hard to make each and every single fan feel special, even as more special as they already feel. But it's just, you know, if she got your attention, defend her. Don't make her feel like a stalker. You know, just try to understand, make her feel special, make her feel I appreciate you showing up, but don't embarrass her, because your team is already doing that. His team is already calling her a crazy person. Like, if I was out there, they'll probably say the same shit about me. I'll be in there with Chris shirts. And another thing, so hi guys, we're back to the Brown fans, the difference between stalker and fan, etc., etc. We're gonna talk more about the girl that Chris Brown posted her video and called her a stalker or something. I don't know the whole story, but we're gonna definitely get into it. But I want you to know that a lot of times, in case you don't know psychology, manipulation, people will bully you just so you can back off, so they can have a closer chance with him, right? They will make you feel bad so you can give up. They do it all the time to big name celebrities. They do it all the time to people that they know are going to be successful. They will lie to you just so you can give up. So it's important for you to know that giving up is not an option. If your heart is captured and you love somebody, then love them, but don't stalk them. Love them, but show them your propositions. Show them your business deal. Show them what kind of woman you are, and do it the way he needs it. He needs to see it, right? Build a channel like I'm doing. Show him. If you want to get a tattoo of his name, do what you got to do if you love him, if you feel that way. Or make t-shirts. Show him, you know, like you're filling out an application for a job. You're filling out an application for a wife, right? Do it right. And I love how she did. I love how she was smart enough to make a GoFundMe page, and she explained her mental issues. So anybody that's attacking her, those are her enemies. They don't care about people with mental issues. So be very careful who you're putting up and rising, like putting on the rise. These are the kind of people that don't really understand. They will do anything that their followers say just to have a following, but they won't be honest, and they won't be bold and blunt and be like, oh my God, and be like, you know, be very careful how you handle these people with mental issues and how you communicate. Make sure you're smart enough not to bow down to your fans, but educate your fans, because they need to be educated.
Chris Brown and Beyonce. I'm not shy. I haven't been in professional school. I'm not a backup dancer for a celebrity. I'm just, oh, this song is good. Let me get up and dance. And she want to get up and dance. She put a microphone to her ass. You can hear her clap. I'm like, you been waiting for this moment? Like, she's a loser. They're a loser.
And just so you know, I forget your name. I forget her name, but if you're watching this, just know she's just trying to compete with you, because she's close to Chris Brown. You don't know, she might be his girlfriend or something, and they might be having sex with each other. She's basically saying, like, can you do these tricks? Because Chris Brown needs you to be able to do these tricks on his dick. That's basically what he's saying. So whenever you enter that, you're going to meet other women that are going to try to compete. But they are in no competition if they are signed to a label and they can't, you got to show Chris Brown that you're more than them, that you can do more for him if you really want him, if you really care, right? Make t-shirts, build a studio. Can you sing? She can dance. That means you got to step your game up. Don't be offended. Take it as a lesson and be like, you know what? Maybe I need to step my game up. I need to learn how to dance, you know? I need to be better. But I do understand how when people get offended, I get jealous too, but I show people my jealousy. And Chris Brown shows his jealousy as well. Guys need to see this.
I do get on my nerve. I'm so tired, but I'm just not. I'm so happy, boy. I see why people get doing up in the mother. I kept looking at everybody. I was remembering everybody's face. Man, wait till I get my money right. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta join a gang, if I gotta do some mob, I don't care. Because like I said, because you go with the wrong crew, you don't go to jail. I mean, I gotta work for the government. Where can I legally? Because I'm coming for you, man. As soon as I can. Might be 20 years from now. Laugh like hee ha ha. When I can find.
And don't feel bad, because if you look at some of Chris, I could pull up, like right now my phone, my computer is tripping, my iPad is charging. It's not tripping, but It's just like my password is not going in, my iPad is charging, but I'm gonna pull up all the videos because he's worth my time. Yes, Chris Brown is definitely worth my time. I feel like he's done a lot more. His music is a lot more sensual than Justin Bieber's. His story is a lot more deeper, and he's not out there talking about, you know, what Justin Bieber said about black people. I definitely don't like that, and I'm not for that, and I don't want anybody to get that kind of idea by me representing him. And like I said, it doesn't mean I hate Justin or I'm mad at Justin. It's just Chris Brown has definitely captivated my heart, and somebody else can definitely take my attention away from him. But for now, let's do our services, because Chris Brown has definitely done his part in providing the proper and beautiful music to make us feel good and make us feel better in the midst of our trials.
Legally, so I can, and my word is over your word, and they don't believe me over you. I'm tired of this. What's up? Even like,
but please don't kill. Like I said, like if you suffer from mental issues and somebody does this, you're gonna end up like put down or in jail or something. But they don't really arrest people with mental issues, but we need to be very careful when it comes to that. Like, you know, educating them and helping to train them and helping to deal with their consciousness. Don't go in there. You're not going to see Chris Brown if you kill his fans or if you kill his dancers. If you threaten his dancers, they're not going to want to work with you. They're not going to want you to be close to him. If you threaten his life, they're not going to want you close to him, right? Chris Brown is the number one person that threatens a lot of his girlfriend's fans, but unfortunately, because he is an important person, they care more about his life than they care about yours. So if you're a fan, just be very careful with threatening the people around him and threatening his own life. He's not going to want to be with you. You get what I mean? So just keep that in mind and just be very careful. But also, you are allowed to release your anger and frustrations. Just say, I'm saying this because this is what I would say if I was angry, but I wouldn't do this, and I will prove to you that I wouldn't do this. Something like that.
Uncle Chris, I guess Chris security, whatever, and I saw a hoodie looking at me, whatever. I'm like, whatever, like, what's up? I don't know, somebody bust up, move! You know what I mean? Move! What's the move?
The backup dancer that she threatens to unalive's name is Taylor Terry. Now her Instagram tag is _Taylor Terry. She's a dancer, choreographer.
And you see how Taylor went to battle with her by literally she did that on purpose. She did that because she knew she would lose to test, or she probably knew she would get upset and react to it. And so once she did that, she threatened her, and guess who Chris Brown is going to choose? Taylor. So because this Taylor is signed to a label, their job is to protect the dancers, not to protect the fans, to protect the dancers, right? So yeah, she did that on purpose so that she would be mad and make all these threats so that they can keep her away. So all of you Chris Brown fans, just be aware of that, and you won't be able to see him. But if they that's why I don't go to his shows. And as much as I would love to see him in person, I know that if I went to his shows, I would end up being in this war battle zone with all his fans, which is not what I want to be a part of. I want to be more of his person. So if I want to be his person, I'm going to level up musically and get on his level on the dance floor. You get what I mean? And lyrically, instead of trying to follow him and going to his concerts. As much fun as that would be, now I see how they are. You get what I mean? Now I see how they are. But you have to be smarter, meaning just don't threaten the dancers. Just take it as a compliment and just go with it. Be smarter.
And she's also a video vixen. She's been in a lot of videos, and she's a very, very talented dancer. Angela is at this after party. It's an all-white after party for the 11/11 tour that Chris Brown recently had, right? This is how she says it goes down. She says that she is at the after party vibing and dancing and doing a little two-step, and that she's bad at dancing, so people start to boo her. The attention on her, and everybody's like booing her by how bad that she's dancing, and she's just still kind of doing her thing.
And it's crazy because she's dancing, but none of them are even stepping up to the plate to even dance. They're just looking. So they're jealous. They're hateful because she's actually like doing her thing. She knows she's surrounded by producers. She knows she's even if she's not talented. To me, if I was a producer, as a producer myself, I'm not just looking for a good voice, because a good voice can also be a coward when it comes to getting on stage, right? And then what's the use of your voice if you can't even perform in real life? If every time you get on stage you get stage fright. A lot of times people's dreams get shut down because they're terrified of the stage. So that's courage. Take courage. That's what I look for in people, the heart and the talent. So don't forget that. Just get out there even if you look crazy, because they embarrass celebrities all the time.
Now her Instagram tag is _Taylor Terry. She's a dancer, choreographer, and she's also a video vixen. She's been in a lot of videos, and she's a very, very talented dancer. Angela is at this after party. It's an all-white after party for the 11/11 tour that Chris Brown recently had, right? This is how she says it goes down. She says that she is at the after party vibing and dancing and doing a little two-step, and that she's bad at dancing, so people start to boo her. The attention on her, and everybody's like booing her by how bad that she's dancing, and she's just still kind of doing her thing, minding her business, and people are just mean to her and bullying her, right? Then she says that Taylor sees that everybody's booing.
And don't forget that what we look for as producers, I personally, I don't know about other producers or other production companies or other people or other managers look for, what I personally specifically look for is someone is strength to be able to stand even when they're being interrogated and intimidated and being intimidated, booed by the crowd. Remember, Eminem was booed off stage. He's a millionaire now. You get what I mean? So no matter how much they boo you off the stage or they try to stop you or they try to knock you, you gotta have that strength. People that are not doing it are envious of you because they don't have that level of confidence or strength to even get up there to humiliate themselves. So ignore them and you keep doing your thing as long as you're not doing anything wrong. A lot of times people do discriminate against other people because they themselves, like I said, cannot do it. So be strong and take courage and just follow your dreams, love your man, and if he doesn't want you there, just don't go back and just don't even waste your time with him.
Her and Taylor starts to kind of gig on her, right? And what I mean by that is she starts to kind of dance and take the spotlight away from Angela. And Taylor, being the gifted dancer that she is, of course she is going to outshine and show this girl up. And it kind of seemed like maybe in Angela's eyes it was like a dance off. And of course Angela can't dance compared to this like world-renowned dancer, right? So she's getting the praise and Angela's still getting booed. So Angela feels embarrassed and she feels bullied, right? So she goes home, she's still drunk from the party, and she goes up on this rant talking about how she would like to unalive, if she could do it legally, one of Chris Brown's backup dancers. Now that's a little bit crazy if you ask me, okay? She claimed that the alcohol that she drank that day made...
Okay, that is crazy to be able to threaten the dancers, but you know, she did feel, that's just how she felt. So a lot of times you have to understand that Chris Brown also triggers his fans to get out there crazy, right? But it also could be it could be a defense mechanism, but it's also a warning towards to those that are in love with him that he too is crazy. So that being said, for you future fans, just don't threaten his dancers, don't threaten him, don't threaten them, or else you will lose the opportunity to actually see Chris Brown, because Chris Brown definitely needs to feel safe around you guys as well, because he can get sued and he can get, if he does anything wrong to the fans or whatever, he too has to be very careful with you guys. So you want to make your favorite celebrity feel safe around you, and yeah, you don't want to, but you know, at the same time, hey, you live and you learn. Don't be afraid to lose. Tell him how you feel. Don't hold back your feelings. Don't hide. You know, he needs to see who you are.
Her threatened and made her say things that she didn't mean, but in the same breath she says that she doesn't regret saying those things and that she doesn't take back anything that she said.
I haven't watched that video that he posted, but I was like drinking and I know how he said something, but I was...
And that's understandable because that's how she felt. As long as she didn't really hurt the girl, that's how she feels.
But it wasn't that I was threatened. When you get hurt so much, when people hurt you so much, it's like, I can hurt you too. You know what I'm saying? I can hurt you too. See, me, I'm not the type of person to do it with the words, because the words hurt more. I have things on my mind that I remember
that's not an excuse. Like even you saying that, but I understand that because you feel me. Like I'm not going to bully nobody. Like that's not my thing. That's why I told you I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna be nasty to you. But you also have to understand like your actions are not justifiable because you can't justify why you feel like you should go ahead and take action like physically harm somebody because it's over a man who don't know you. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing about it is, yeah, it starts with the planning. But the good thing is, it's a good thing to hear how these people, where these people's mental state is, so that you can protect yourself. And also, I'm the kind of person that also encourages people to release their feelings, their emotions, how they feel about a person deep down, so that they can be set free from that. That's the first step to healing, to recovering as a mental patient, is to be honest about the thoughts that are in your head. As long as you don't put those thoughts into action in real life, unless that person threatened your life, you are not allowed to touch them. But if you're doing it in self-defense, and there is no reason. But if you start planning on doing all these things for no reason, then you already lost the battle. So it's very important to be very careful in that sense.
It has to do with Chris. See, that's what the resident stuff. It's about me and how I feel. It's about how I feel. Okay?
Right.
I have feelings.
Yeah.
I matter. And I went to this concert, I went to these places because I went to a place I thought I could stay. I thought I could stay in an environment with Chris, the woman beater mother. I thought I could stay around him. My bad. My ego got hurt. My feelings got hurt. I got embarrassed. Why? Why? Because you helped me. Because your music helped me. You made me feel better. Also, you made me feel like I'm okay. When everybody calls me ugly and mad, I'm okay because my celebrity goes through this all the time, and he encourages me. But yet, I'm not worthy of it. It says apologize to Chris and his team. That was wrong. They need to apologize to me. Every time I go somewhere with them, I get attacked.
Yeah, it's like I understand what they're saying, but I also understand what she's saying, because she actually went out there, and instead of Chris Brown actually showing some level of love, especially if Chris Brown also is a woman beater, or I'm not saying he's a woman beater because he hit on a few women, but even him doing that, like, he shouldn't judge and just, make this woman feel uncomfortable, especially when they love him unconditionally and still show up to his shows, to his concerts, risking their own lives, because Lord knows when this man is going to snap. And so for him to just put her out there and make her feel, bad, and go with her fans and bully this one girl, one woman, it's just not fair. And me as a person, I would never want to be with a man that is like that, because treating her like that will feel like you're going to treat me like that. I don't care how beautiful and well together I have it. You got to treat the least of these with love and compassion in order to treat the bigger person, and to show the bigger person that you too have compassion in your heart for those that suffer from mental issues or whatever it is. Which I don't really see too much mental issues. I feel like she's being human, and she's just releasing her emotions because she's broken and she feels bullied.
Apologize to me.
After that post that Chris Brown made, Angela made a GoFundMe.
And you know what? As a Chris Brown quote unquote fan, I do apologize to you on the behalf of them, because they don't really see it the way I see it. And I apologize to you, and I hope that this video, if you see it, makes you feel better and shows you that you are cared for and you are loved. And I want you to be strong, and I don't want you to threaten or feel like you have to harm anybody to feel better, because I want you to make it. I want you to survive. I want you to know that they're not worth your time. If he doesn't love you, if he doesn't support you, and this is how he treats you, do not waste your money or your time on going on a simple concert or show. And you see how some of these girls, they laugh at you. I would never laugh at you, because I too suffered with mental issues, and I too understand, like, there's times where I looked at other celebrities and I didn't like the way they treated Chris Brown, so I talk shit about them, right? And it's not just hating on them, it's because I was hurt because of the way they treated Chris Brown. So
Y'all, she made a GoFundMe, and this is what the GoFundMe says. Support recovery from online abuse trauma from Chris Brown, and her goal is $12,000. This is the description of Angela.
And you see how she laughs? This girl is no different from you, and I would never even want this girl. I would never even want to meet this girl. I do appreciate for you actually explaining this better, but come on, you got this. If that's your goal, I believe that you will meet that goal, and I will be the number one person to at least donate like $30 to your account. I'm definitely gonna look into it, and because I want you to feel better. I'm embarrassed to support a man and love a guy as a royal subject. I'm embarrassed to love somebody that mistreats people or that makes people feel this bad and is also making this big movement. Chris, you're pushing and making these people bully her even more, and that's just not attractive in a man at all. So I hope you do better, love.
Was GoFundMe. It says, I'm raising funds for medical bills. I'm looking forward to rehab for my alcoholism, okay, that's good, and mental health depression due to being abused online by the international superstar Chris Brown and the toxic side of Team Breezy. They circulated misinformation on social media in order to show me in a bad light. This has negatively affected my mental health. Now, there is only one person who donated.
Okay, and you know what? She is a very smart woman because she has definitely explained this really well. And I think that donating to her channel will definitely help her. And I feel like she does deserve of some cash and some compensation, especially from the Breezy fan and the Breezy team, because she does deserve an apology. She spent her money to come visit and she felt violated and disrespected by the dancer. Instead of the dancer humbling her heart and saying, hey, can I dance with you? Can I, you know what I mean? She just basically put herself in competition. She said, I'm not here to try to compete with you. And she said that. She's like, I'm here to just dance, okay? Please, let me have my moment. You have Chris Brown every day, all day. Let me have 1 minute with him. That's basically what she's trying to say. And I completely understand her. I don't know where people are getting. These people are the ones that need to get their mental health evaluated because they can't even put in words. They can't even understand what this woman is saying. They have so much hate in their heart. They don't see the beauty in this. They don't see the woman in herself trying to explain. She's actually taken the time out to make a GoFundMe page because she's broken. So Chris Brown, you can't do this to her. You need to support her, help her out. Don't let your fans do this to anybody else. Yeah, he threatened her, but she felt threatened by your dancer as well.
$5 toward her $12,000 goal, and this is what the person said. They said, I would have donated a penny if I could. Oh my God. I'm sorry, it's not funny.
And you see how she's laughing? Like this kind of woman right here, she just laughs at people with mental issues. I would never want to sit in a room or do business with a woman like this. You laugh at people like this. She says, I don't see her doing much, but she's like, I would. So the woman's like basically making a joke. I would donate $5. She's like, I would have donated a penny if I could. I hope you get the help you need. Like people talk to me like that all the time. They started doing that in my comments and I just started blocking them. I'm like, is that all you have to say? Don't you see on the bottom of my page that I am getting the help that I need? I literally record my therapy sessions with my therapist, and you haven't even taken the time out to see my whole entire video, my whole entire channel, but you're already criticizing me and labeling me as a mental patient. This is the problem in the brown community. I'll call the black community because the black people are the dark ones. The brown ones are the actual good ones that are trying to actually get the help they need, like this beautiful woman right here. Like the black community, those people, I will call them that because they're like this girl right here, this Anna Raimondi or whatever. I don't know. I don't think she's even black. She sounds Spanish, but she's like, usually a lot of the Spaniards, no offense, they would come up and like, you need some mental issues. You look like a mental patient. You do. So what is the point? So what's your point? What are you going to put on the table to help that person get the help that they need except for criticism? So how about you get off the comments and leave your comments aside? Well, actually, it's not bad that we see what kind of person you are so we can stay away from you. And make sure that your first and last name are real. Make sure you actually even put your profile picture.
I hope you get the help you need, but your issues are most definitely not from Chris Brown. Leave that man alone. He loves his fans and we cherish him and his music. He heals our soul with music. Day one Breezy fan forever.
And so, you see, she thinks that's funny. It's not funny. You're not cute.
That's so petty. That is so. Whoever Anna Raimondi is, I think that's how you say it. Whoever you are petty. You are very petty. From her Instagram post, though, it seemed like even before.
That is petty, but even laughing at that is petty. Because I would never laugh at that. That's not funny.
She was involved in Team Breezy. She had mental health issues and she was struggling with depression. Another thing that happened was she went to
real quick, just to say this is the reason why people in the AA community refuse to get mental help. They refuse to admit that they have mental issues, and they refuse to get, and then that way, and they won't get the help they need. They're not getting the help they need because other people in the AA community, even mixed girls, whatever, Spanish girls, are making fun of them and making them seem like having a mental issue is a big problem. So that keeps them from actually going to get the help they need, and the problem is never going to get solved if they don't get the therapy that they need. So I ask you guys to please, if you can, stop making fun of other people's mental health. Stop making it seem like having a mental health issues is really bad. The AA community has been abused, so it's no surprise that they have mental issues. They have borderline issues because a lot of abuse happened to them repeatedly, to their ancestors, and it passed down to their mothers, their mother to their brothers and their sisters, and it never stopped. And where is recovery? Where will recovery start? It starts with you. It starts with you not laughing. It starts with you doing better. You do better. You show compassion, especially when someone shows you that they have a mental issue. It should be against the law to even criticize and to hurt people like this.
So the open house was in Chris Brown's backyard. Pretty much one of his neighbors was having an open house. So the house was on the market and it was on sale.
So you're so busy. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm not recording now. I'll make sure not to put you in it. But yeah, it's very beautiful in the evening. So,
Oh, you recording?
yeah, I'm just looking around. Okay, I can put it on myself. I have it on me now, so don't worry about it. And then whenever I flip it out, I'll get you. I'll do it. It looks different at night. It looks different at night. Yeah, in the daytime it's more like a museum. At night it's more like a... Yeah, let me see.
For me, it's decoration because it's so quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Not so quiet in my house.
And you see how this woman is talking? She's really nice. She's talking to even the woman's like, please don't put the camera on me. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it. Like, she's respectful. I feel like she was triggered. She was triggered, and everything that she said, I feel like she got that, and that's what made her feel that way and say the things that she said.
This is very nice.
But at the same time, you're on Ventura, where all the restaurants are very
Yeah.
attractive.
It does really kind of look like a hotel a little bit. Yeah. I'm impressed and surprised that people actually live here. But I guess that's what it is.
You mean near the house or this area?
No, in the house because it's so yeah.
The personal touch was missing.
Yeah, it's
because they already almost moved out to Las Vegas because they have a toy company and they're opening a store there, so they're moving. So the photos, everything is going. That's why I called me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. She's beautiful. Very nice. It's very beautiful.
Angela's reasoning for being there, well, she said that she just happened to be there, which I thought was not a good excuse when people are labeling you this stalker for you to go ahead and do that. It's getting stalker vibes, it's getting stalker tendencies. She's saying she's very spiritual and she goes to open houses all the time.
How is that giving stalker tendencies? She's going to Chris Brown's open house or whoever's open house this is, and she's doing what everybody else does. You know how many people pay tickets and they do tours here? They have tour buses here in California. They got people coming from all over the world to see their favorite celebrity. That's not stalker vibes. She's not a stalker. She's a fan. Crazy.
Saying that she just happened to be there because she lives in, I guess, California, maybe LA area,
right,
Southern California, and she just happened to be at the open house showing. Now, obviously, she doesn't have enough money to afford the house because it's millions of dollars, but she still went just to do it. And honestly, I can identify with this part because hey, I've been to a bunch of open houses before too because I just wanted to see what they look like. But if somebody's calling me a stalker, I'm not gonna go to an open house like in the backyard of the person that people are saying that I am stalking. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what. Screw people. Screw this world. Screw them. Look what they think. Look how they feel about Chris Brown. And Chris Brown has given nothing but love and given nothing but his body, his shows, and they still won't even consider that he has a mental issue. So she's gonna show up. It's not like she's showing up to find Chris Brown. She knows Chris Brown is not gonna be there. You gotta pay to see Chris Brown. I would love to see how he lives, but I'm not gonna do that if I don't feel like, you know, if this is how he's treating people that really care about him.
He needs mental help, and that the online believes in. And when she was 12, they gave her a nickname in school, Mangela. Man and Angela put together. Little kids trying to be rude and mean. You know how kids can be. She said since the age of 12, she's been told that she needs mental help, and that the online bullies are not really telling her anything that she hasn't heard before. And I think it's really telling that now, even in your adult life, a lot of people under your comments saying that, you know, you need mental help. It's like an ongoing situation in her life. Angela said when she was 13 and 15, she tried to commit unaliving of herself. And Chris music gave her a way to escape, gave her something to look forward to, and she's going to situation in her life. Angela said when she was 13 and 15, she tried to commit unaliving of herself. And Chris Brown's music gave her a way to escape, gave her something to look forward to, and she connected with his music. Of course not him as a person, because at this point she had never met him, but she just had a little celebrity crush. It started to develop more and more and more as her Instagram posts went from year to year. It's a picture of Chris Brown, right? And the caption says, "All I do is think of you. I am simply hopelessly devoted to you." It's another picture of Chris Brown.
And that's crazy, because on one of my videos, I actually have that. I'm like, I'm devoted to you. I'm devoted to, like, it's crazy. But, you know, if he doesn't defend these people, I feel like I can't even devote myself to him anymore. It's sort of a turnoff when powerful people like this start making fun of people that look up to them. You know, it's really, it's like, nah, this is not the man I want to be with.
And it says in the caption from Angela, "All I want is you. Your accomplishment seems to have you trapped. You can't choose what you want to do for life, and you don't know who to trust. I don't want your accomplishments. I want a life with you. Fame equals no privacy. Riches equals more problems. I want to run away with you and never look back at the life we're living now." So this is clearly a kind of a fantasy type of post. Some may call it delusional. Now she also has a lot of videos that,
and it's I know it sounds delusional, but it's not delusional, because have you heard Chris Brown's song Dream? You know, there's a lot of, in he's talking to his person, this delusion person. A lot of fans don't understand. They think he's talking about his girlfriends. No, he's talking about his next girlfriend, his future girlfriend, when this girlfriend is over, when he's broken up. He's talking about his future person. Same thing like when Justin Bieber is talking about talking to my conscience, talking to the person that isn't. These people are making music based off of the woman that their dream girl. It starts with a fantasy. That's how you make your dreams come true. What don't you get about that?
some may deem kind of creepy of her at after parties where Chris Brown is. She is clearly kind of far away, not in his direct vicinity, but she will be taking videos sometimes like 10 minutes at a time, it looks like, of just him partying and like kind of minding his business, which some may say is creepy, some may not say it's creepy. You know, he is a celebrity at the end of the day, and people are going to take videos, but it's very strange to just sit there for like 10 minutes with your phone out just recording someone in a nightclub, even if it is a celebrity. And this is kind of...
That's actually not strange, because you know how much money she paid to be in there? She's actually getting her money's worth. Why would you spend almost $1,000, $3,000, $4,000 to take videos of anybody else? I think celebrities should understand that, and I think they do. I would never pay that much money to take a picture of the dancers. Screw them. Screw the crowd. I want to see the fucking man.
Overall theme of her page, just a lot of talking about Chris Brown, God, or how unhappy she is. So things that could have egged Angela Relaford on with this Chris Brown situation and her fantastical fantasy about Chris Brown. Here's one thing that happened 27 weeks ago. There was a video, and I'm going to show it here. I'm just trying to get you back tonight. I'm just trying to get you back tonight.
Chris grabbed my hand. I'm gonna see my homegirl got the video because I didn't have my phone. I don't record my
Wow.
phone. When I'm watching.
That's amazing.
So I'm like super tall. I'm taller than the stage. So I have my like 6-inch show. I'm gonna show you guys my heels. No, actually they're like 7. And you guys know I'm tall already. And so like I'm really like my head like on the stage. I'm just like this. I'm like that close. And so I just put my hand up. My hand a few times. He just kind of just was busy. And once mine just was like waving to my side, and my hand was like really like there. And he grabbed my hand and I grabbed each other and I was like we like cuffed. And then he grabbed me, walked away. I was like, you got a hand? And so we touched, you guys.
Yay! You go, girl.
I said, his hand was all sweaty, and I was like, oh my God.
Good job. That's how you clap back. She deserved that. You earned that. And real quick, I do feel like Chris's team should definitely compensate her, give her some money for mistreating her and allowing their fans to mistreat her.
And she writes here in her caption of the video, I wasn't able to hear him say that he loved me because of all the bass and all the screaming and being distracted by him holding my hand. But my homegirl sent me the video this morning, and I finally realized he said he loves me. I love you too, Chris Brown. I know you have a lot of things you have to take care of at this time. In the meantime, I will work on myself. All things will work out in God's timing.
Amen.
I'm starting to trust the process. We will be what's meant for us to be.
Amen.
The devil can only delay, but he cannot stop. Amen. God is and always will be in control. I love you, Breezy. Let's do this. Sending you healing energy, love, light, peace, and comfort. Take this joy. You are my everything. We got this 2024. Oh, baby, it's up. Now, someone...
Wow, real quick, Angela, I want you to never give up on the man that you love. And I want you to go harder by actually creating music, getting musically creative, getting to your music. How do I even say it? Musically creative, lyrically and musically creative, because she's really good. She knows her words. She knows she sounds like a very positive speaker. She can definitely encourage someone. You never know what someone may become, and I encourage you to continue to go hard on showing Chris how much you love him and how much you care, even if it means getting t-shirts, because that's what I do. When I was crazy about Justin Bieber, I made clothes, I made hats of Justin, I was promoting Justin everywhere because I wanted to make sure Justin sees me. We're in Hollywood. We're in California. Justin could be just around the corner. Justin is not my person anymore. He's a great guy. I would never knock him. But what I'm saying, you never know when you run into them, but you want to make it loud and clear that you're interested so they can see you.
Who is experiencing a really deep fantasy like this woman, or some will call it delusion, would see the celebrity performing, touching her hand, saying I love you, as like they really do love them, when he may actually just be saying he loves the fan as a fan, as in I love the fact that you come support me. I love the fact that you help me pay my bills.
No, he's loving that, but he's literally talking to the fans as if it's his person. When he makes music in that studio, he's talking to the person that has captured his heart. He's not thinking about any of the fans, to be honest. He appreciates that, but what really inspires these artists' music is the person that they're in love with, that they're fantasizing about. Whoever they saw a picture, their ex-girlfriend, whoever that is, that's who they're thinking about. But when it comes to the fans are getting that affection as an individual, as if it's them, yes. But at the same time, he's talking about his special person, and that special person could be you, Angela. That special person could be the next fan. So keep believing. Don't give up.
Not the fact that he actually loves her And I don't think that she gets certain things like that. She also says that she hasn't.
She definitely gets it. She knows. She gets it. But it's a ritual. What you guys don't know is they're performing a ritual. If if two are in agreement, God is in the midst. Right? So if they both agree, they don't have to be, you can't manifest your dreams in doubt. You have to have faith and live it as if it's yours, and you'll see it. If it's meant to be, like she said in her words, it will be. If it's God's will, it will be. So there's no need of saying, it's not gonna, no doubting. You want your dreams. You see my apartment, you see everything that I have, even if it's not much. I used to be on the corner, on the street, but I had... Anyways, real quick, I remember when I used to be homeless and I didn't have anywhere to go, but I lived as if outside was my house. Every moment I believed that it was mine, and I was believing in faith that I had it. Instead of thinking about what I didn't have, I was being grateful for what I had. And now I'm living in my own beautiful apartment. It's beautiful to me. You might not think it's much, but it's everything to me. I'm living my dream. God is slowly building my empire, slowly building my studio. I remember when I didn't even have a computer. I didn't even have an iPhone. I didn't even have headphones. I didn't have what I needed. I wanted to be a singer. I was a writer. I had an iPad, and I would be homeless in Miami with my iPad making some great freaking music, but I didn't have a place to live. But I was still making music. I was still acting like that producer but now look how God has made my dreams come true. Look how I remember when I used to want a Canon camera so bad. Now I have it. It doesn't matter if I got into a car accident. I still have my legs and my body. God gave me my life back. God gave me my joy back. And now he's doubling that. He's tripling that. So believe in yourself. And if Chris Brown is your guy, you're going to get him. Chris Brown is looking for you. Don't think that he's not looking for his special person. He's dying for it. He's hungry for it. You can hear it in his music. It could be you, Angela. Don't forget. And I would never be in competition with that. I just want to teach you guys. I do love Chris Brown. I would love to marry Chris Brown. But if it's not for me, at least I can inspire you to show him how to love him. And show him how you are as a person so he could be prepared. And I want to inspire you, Chris Brown, not to be afraid. Don't forget that some of these women are just as afraid of you, but they're taking a chance because you say face your fears. So they're facing their fears. But I want you to not hurt them. I want you to understand that these women are desperate and vulnerable for you, just like you are born. And even if you're vulnerable for one specific person, unfortunately, you've attracted many of them. Fortunately, but unfortunately, you've attracted many, so it's hard for you to find that one. That's why you, as Breezy's fan, Brown's fan, stand out. Stand out of the crowd like this woman has stood out of the crowd. And keep standing out. Make t-shirts, promotions. Listen to every part of his video. Listen to him and respond to his words the same way you see me doing it. Make it your life's mission. Are you that hungry? Are you hungry for him like he's hungry for you? Because when I'm in that bed and he's singing to me, I'm like, damn. And when I try to run from it, he finds a way. There is a song made for even the moment where I try to run from loving him. So just keep that in mind. No competition. I just want to encourage you all.
He hasn't been with anybody in 5 years. She made a very interesting and kind of like, I would call it desperate type of video with her wearing all red, talking about how she is ready to be with somebody. She's ready to be a wife. She has been single and hasn't been with anybody in 5 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it's after she divorced her husband. And in this video, she is like being kind of delusional again when she's like, you know, if only Chris Brown could know how good of a wife I was. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get married this year. Okay, so take my video, share my video. This is gonna be my audition tape for a husband. So
wow. This is so beautiful. Angela, you are so beautiful. You are incredible. You deserve a wonderful husband. All I had to tell you is there is this injection called Vivitrol. Now, you do live here in California. It's I don't know, you can get it from Wesley Health Centers. They have one on Skid Row. Skid Row's not the best place to be, but they have one over in Hollywood, and if you ask any doctor, because they gave me Vivitrol even at the USC Center. I used to have an alcohol problem as well, and you know what, Vivitrol helped me recover. You want to be on top of your husband. You want to be on top of the situation when you get married. You'd never want to be intoxicated. Being married is like driving a car with a passenger next to you, right? And so you have to take responsibility. You have to be responsible, because you can end up in a divorce and in a bad marriage and in a trap if you're not mentally stable. If you're high, if you're drunk, you won't say the right things. You will act irrationally. You act based off of emotions versus logical thinking. You have to think logically when you're married. If you talk, Chris Brown is a really smart guy, and his issue is his substance abuse, and that's what's causing him to beat on these women, because he's not thinking, because he's drunk, he's under the influence. And so all you need to do is take care of your mental health and make sure you get that Vivitrol. It's really good for women, and it will help you stop. Get the injection. The injection will help you. You take it once a month, and that's all you need. You will have a swollen butt. Ask your doctor for the itching cream, because you might end up itching. It's the only side effect, at least that I felt and that you will feel. And every day, and just stop drinking, because you can't be married and under the influence. Imagine you're gonna want to have children with Chris Brown, right? You're gonna want to have children with him, and if you want to have children with him, you need to be sober. And Chris Brown needs to be sober as well if he wants to be a full-time father, because children are sick and tired of having their fathers always gone. You want to take care, because you know what, it's the only time you're going to spend with your children. You want to spend all the time that you can, so once they get married, they can go off with their spouse, their husband. You don't have to miss them. You gave them all the services. I know one thing was with my daughter, they always told me I spent too much time with her. I spoiled her too much. But I didn't spoil her too much. I spoiled her enough, because I did not know she was going to be taken away from me years later, and she was. And I'm so glad that I held her when I could. So it's very important to be mentally stable, especially if you want to be a wife, if you want to be a mother, and if you want to be like a grandmother, whatever, a best friend, a sister. Be mentally stable so you can say the right things and not end up pushing your person away.
I'm gonna dress every day like I'm gonna go see Breezy. Like, I don't know how y'all see me when I go see Breezy. Like, I'm really like lashes out, everything.
Yes.
Jewelry, everything. So from now on, every day out of the house. This is just a practice. I was like 15 minutes late for class, so I'm gonna start waking up earlier. Well, this is just a practice. So going forward, so starting next week, Lord willing, I'm gonna start waking up earlier, and I'm gonna get dressed up and get dolled up. Thank you, love your song, keep on. Thank you, listen. I'm gonna get dolled up. And every day is gonna be like I'm seeing Breezy. Like even today, I feel excited. I'm like, he got a concert or something. He got something going on tonight. It's like just because I equate getting dressed up with seeing him. So, but I'll let you know that has an energy that I have for him. Because God knows how much I love him, how much I want him to be my husband. But whatever.
You got this. You got this.
God, he doesn't know how good a wife I'd be. I'd be everything he wanted, but oh well. All right, love you guys. See you guys later.
But she also
I believe you.
He doesn't really want me, so it's whatever. But if only he knew. Now, Angela has said before in like a post in February.
Wait, real quick, Angela, I just want to add on. Now, all you need to do is make a TikTok, make a Facebook, make a YouTube, show him your cooking skills. You need to be vegan because you want him to survive. You want him to live forever. So vegan is the way. You yourself need to be vegan so you can be able to feed your man the right way. A way to man's heart is through his stomach. And you have to know how to feed him. You have to know what he needs, not what he wants. A lot of people want chicken, but they need plant-based options. So you want to grab vegetables. Show him how you cook. Show him how you're going to keep him. Even if you need to make it OnlyFans, girl, show him how you ride it on the OnlyFans if you feel comfortable. And if you don't, at least do it through dance, because that's what he wants to see. Do you see how Chris Brown is showing you how he could ride you, or how he could make love to you and or whoever his fans are? He's showing them that, right? So you need to show him the same. That's what he wants to see, and he says he doesn't care if the neighbor's here. Don't forget that.
On her TikTok page that she was done going to Chris Brown's concerts, and done being around Team Breezy, which is Chris Brown's kind of fan. And she was saying this because she said all the time when she's at Chris Brown's after parties or his concerts or whatever around a bunch of Team Breezy people, right, that she is always getting bullied. And
you know, it's been just a lot of disrespect, and as a human being, there's only so much that you can take. It's okay if you don't like me or whatever, but you don't have to single me out and try to every time when I would go to an event with him, it's like they would single me out and try to have people fight me, but they would have to do bad things to me.
That makes me think, like, okay, if you're getting bullied everywhere you go, it's probably you as a problem. It can't be that
No, it's not you as a problem, because people bully people for no reason. They're hateful and they're jealous. I'm a super fan. I'm a big fan of yours, Angela. To be continued. We're going to do like a part 5 of this, and we're going to hear more. It's not you, it's them. Trust me.
Well, Chris Brown fan
have to single me out and try to every time when I would go to an event with him, it's like they would single me out and try to have people fight me, so they would have to do bad things to me.
That makes me think, like, okay, if you're getting bullied everywhere you go, it's probably you as a problem. It can't be that every single Chris Brown fan hates you for no reason. Like, at the end of the day,
they hate her because she's actually doing what she has the balls, the courage. And I don't mean to be disrespectful and say balls, not in a manly way or anything, but even I got balls. Shit, she has the fucking balls to actually stand up and say she's in love with this man, just like he got the balls to say he's desperate and in desperate need for his bride, for a wife. He is vulnerable. You guys are blind. You don't see. She's not the problem. You are. This is the problem with light-skinned people, to be honest. Yes, I'm going to bring the light-skinned thing up. Light-skinned people get favored all the time. I used to be light-skinned, and I was dark-skinned, and I know how it feels like to be the two different colors, two different shades. When you're dark-skinned, people hate on you. Light-skinned people don't get the hate and the criticism that dark-skinned people that get all the time. Because you're dark, they're always accusing you of being a man. Right? And so just because you have dark features, you have dark this, so you don't know what it's like. You don't know how it hurts. And Angela's not even that dark.
You have to look back at yourself, look back at the situation, and realize that you're the common factor in every situation when it comes to these Chris Brown fans. Like, why?
And this woman is not helping. She's just like the enemy, basically. So just ignore her. Take what resonates and take what you can, and don't even subscribe to her channel unless you just want to hear positive things.
Why do they try to fight you? Like she said, these people try to fight her and try to bully her and stuff when she goes around. I'm like, what is the reason? Now, I'm no therapist.
I believe her.
No doctor at all. But I can clearly see when somebody needs mental help. And I do think that Angela Rutherford does need mental help because of the things that she does on the internet. And maybe it's not...
I feel like she needs mental help because of the things that she's been through because of the internet.
The type of mental health that people are saying, she probably just needs to go to a rehab and go get clean from the alcohol that she's consuming. When she goes and she's drinking on these live streams, you can see her taking shots on these live streams and then saying whatever she wants. She literally treats her Instagram like it's a diary.
And there is nothing wrong with that. What is wrong with that? What's the issue with that? Is that a crime? Is it a crime to do that? She's clearly showing her problems. Chris Brown is a drinker too. She just needs help. That's all. She needs help, and all you need to do is show how you can help, not how you can criticize and how you can point the problem. That was the issue with Chris Brown when he hit Rihanna. They took him on interviews and they picked on his monster instead of soothing him and telling him he's going to be better. What we don't want are these celebrities to feel so disliked after they've given so much of their time and end up committing suicide like so many other celebrities. We care about you as a celebrity just as much as we care about the people and as the fans. So it's very important to be very careful with these people when you talk about them. Please do your best.
What diaries are for. Diaries are for you to spill your deepest, darkest secrets, to tell your concern.
But did you know that a lot of people have made movies based off of their diaries? The only difference here is just she is bringing it all out. She's not waiting for a specific time for her diary to be finished. She is just, it's time, it's camera action. She's taking action right away, while everybody else decides later. Okay, let me bring, everybody else is slower. We're living in a different time and we're thinking better now. Clearer.
But it's like it's not clicking for her that when your Instagram is public like this, you're opening yourself up to all of these people, all of these fans to come at you from every angle because you're sharing your deepest, darkest secrets on.
And that's the same thing as celebrities. Even if they don't show every single deep, dark parts, celebrities get picked on all the time, so do not be discouraged. They get picked on. That's why they don't want to help the world, because they feel hurt.
Fine. People are so mad at her for them not being able to go see Chris Brown in meet and greets. I've seen a couple of videos, like this video right here. This girl is talking about how she paid the rap, right?
And notice how she literally shut it down for every other woman because she believes that she's the fucking woman. So now that's some pussy power right there.
1K.
And I'm not saying that it's good to shut it down for everybody, but yeah, it's like now it's like he's like, damn, I need to be careful because he's about to meet his very mirror.
To go and meet Chris Brown, and now she can't.
Okay, so I was one of the people who went to Chris Brown's Hampton concert July 9th, and I was one of the people who had meet and greet, and unfortunately it got canceled. Just like everyone else, I truly believe it's because of that stalker girl. But I just think it's just so messed up.
And it's not because of the stalker girl, it's because he's gotten close to his other person, and that's probably his person. You guys never know that. And you know what? She has a lot of power if she got the power to shut that shit down. Shit.
I'm just like, don't take it out on, the fans that aren't your stalkers.
But yeah, I think she's just a lonely woman who needs some other way to escape from being sad, depressed, and lonely.
So what about you guys that are talking about her? Don't you have better things to do? Don't you have other things to do? How about she's consumed you all? Now she's the topic, the main topic of your channel, of your page.
Fully off the internet. I wish her all the best, but hopefully she just stops doing these things. Now she claimed that she was done completely.
Angela, don't stop. They need to get to your level.
From going to see Chris Brown before she even got banned. That video of her threatening one of Chris Brown's backup dancers live is supposed to be the video of her like announcing how she is not going to go to any more Chris Brown shows, how she's done with Chris Brown, how she's gonna pick somebody else to kind of idolize.
Right.
But I really do hope she does get help with her alcoholism, and I really do hope that she finds somebody to love. I hope she finds somebody else to marry that's not going to her like her ex.
I don't believe her. These people just, I hope. If you hope, why don't you show her how to get the help that she needs? Instead of making fun of her and making her feel like she's just this evil person. I don't see any evil going on. She's just, I don't see her committing any crime. She's not in jail, so she hasn't committed a single crime. Chris Brown is the one that's been locked up. If the last time I checked, he's the one that got this most powerful billionaire beat up and messed his record up from the last time I checked. So if anybody's afraid, it's Chris Brown, because he just met his fucking mirror. That's karma right there, right? And I don't want her to hurt him. She's the kind of person that she's ready to back off if he doesn't want her. And that's good. That's not a stalker. That's a fan. A super fan. There's a difference. A die-hard fan. Ever heard of those? Celebrities talk about them all the time. You need to really study the celebrity life. You got to be a celebrity to actually understand that. You need someone that's going to study you, that know every details about you, so they can know how to work with you if they care about you. Angela, if he doesn't want you around, don't push the issue. Because then he's made up his mind that he never wants to see you again, right? So it's going to be hard. If you love him, then love him hopelessly. But just know, maybe you can change his mind. Change his mind, Angela. Don't give up. If you love him, don't give up. But don't stalk him either. So just show him, hey, I'm not trying to, just like you would talk to your husband. Just like if Chris Brown were to talk to Rihanna, What would you say to Rihanna? Everything that you wanted to say, make it in a real song, and make sure, if I'm your girl, say my name. Say her name, Chris Brown. If you're in love with her, put it in the songs. The issue is that when you mention people's names, sometimes they start suing them and things like that, and he would love to do that. So these are the issues with being a celebrity. Is once you sign a contract, you don't have the freedom to just say the things that you want. That's why we're telling you guys to use the opportunity that you have right now to say everything you need online right now before they try to stop you. And you don't want nobody to get you inside. You don't want to sign with the wrong label and they find out you're this other person and they get mad at you and they beat you up because you gave them the wrong person, the person that it was just the wrong message, the wrong person. This is not it, and they end up beating you up for false information. To those guys.
When she just finds somebody to truly love and she gets off the internet with all this, because it's like being on the internet with all this is so embarrassing. It's like, go do your diary in like real life. Go get a paper diary, like a paperback diary with a pen, and write that out. Or record videos.
It is fucking embarrassing, but you know what? It's embarrassing being an actor. That's the thing. You have to break the humiliation. That's how you're going to make it in Hollywood. And you know what? We're going to make our own Hollywood. We don't even want to be a part of Hollywood because they're all scams anyway. They do nothing but scams. I mean, that's what I believe, because all I see is people raping this one. Let's get the rapists out and then we'll be in Hollywood.
And just have them on your phone and keep them on your phone, or put them on Instagram privately. I guarantee you. People
feel uncomfortable. People are embarrassed because they're living in a closed life, a closed mindset. They were programmed to be secretive, but these secrets are what are causing problems in real life. People are lying to people about who they really are, and they're tricking people into being in their lives and marrying them, and then all of a sudden, once they get inside of the house, they start showing their true colors. No. Start showing your true colors now so we can be more careful before we invite you in our lives. Don't you care enough? Why would you want to set yourself up? Why would you want to lie to your man? He needs to judge accordingly. A lot of these women, they just like make up a whole bunch of stuff. And the minute they start getting there, that bitch is telling lies. Telling fucking lies.
You would have no more minutes, like, if you do that. Let me know what you guys think. Have you ever heard of the Chris Brown?
And don't be afraid of mess. All you gotta do is be a good cleaner. Clean that shit up.
Stalker, or is this your first time hearing about her? If you guys decide to comment, please be respectful. She may be kind of creepy and delusional, but at the end of the day, she's a human being. I'll see you guys later with another video. Do not stay on this internet all day. You might end up like... No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, you see how messed up that is?
I cannot.
She's so fake because she's trying to literally make a compliment with an insult. So she's making fun of her, but acting like she cares. These are the kind of bitches that I don't want to fucking be around. These are the kind of fucking bitches that I don't talk to, fake ass bitches like her. I don't care how you feel and what you say. You don't have no mental issues, so I can care less because you're bullying her and trying to act like you care. At the end of the day, she's still a human being, but you're posting that. Be careful being like her. Get the fuck out of here. Bye, y'all.
Now, on top of all that stuff that's going on with Angela, there's a mugshot flying around about her. And here's the mugshot. So people are saying, these are media outlets, they're saying that this was for an arrest back in 2000 or whatever, and she was stalking the person. Now, I actually went to try to look up any records about Angela Rutherford being a stalker, and I have not found any arrests for her being a stalker. Now, Angela explained that situation had to do with kind of a messed up situation.
Because this is what happened. For that mugshot that they got, that they're using and they're manipulating, this is what happened that day. I was in my apartment that belongs to me, and I had my child with me. There was a person that had a restraining order. I had a temporary restraining order on this person. They came in and we got into an altercation. This person is not African American. The two police officers that came over were not African American. So instead of giving me justice and taking the person out who has a restraining order on, they take me for battery. So just look it up. It's all funny and it's all fun and games. It's like they're spinning the narrative. It's like you have to lie to make me look bad. You have to lie. At the end of the day, that mug shot was taken unjustly. I should not have been arrested. And even after that, after I had got out, I had to go to the sergeants. The head got, and those got, the two cops ended up getting suspended because there was no reason for me to be taken out of my house.
I looked up the situation where she had.
And I do know, sorry, excuse me, but I do know that they definitely do arrest people without checking their mental health first, and I don't think the police should do that. They did that with me when I was in Hollywood before, and I got arrested for indecent exposure. In my head, I was trying to perform a ritual. I was suffering from before I even knew, like, my mental disorder started getting it came from light to heavy, and then one time it just hit me out of nowhere, and voices started hitting me out of nowhere, and they're finally gone now. Like, sometimes I hear a little bit of whispers, but in the name of the Lord Jesus, is going to be completely gone 10,000%, and I'm super happy. But at least I'm able to, because before I couldn't even do this. I couldn't even talk to people. I couldn't even, I was just borderline, like, ready to kill myself. And so that's why I take people's lives and mental health very seriously. I don't joke around. If you're going to be a therapist, their issues should not be a joke. It should not be funny. Like, when my ex-best friend laughed at me because I started talking British and sounding British with her best friend, I was like, bitch, me and you will never be best friends ever again. And even if I was addicted to our friendship, God gave me the strength to drop that woman. She's a doctor. She literally has her PhD, drives a Tesla, and literally has a house. We went to high school together. And when she started hanging around my enemies, I knew that she was not good for my mental health, no matter what. Because in my mind, I felt like she was seconds away from setting me up or trying to, basically set me up. And even if she says she wouldn't do it, I don't trust, like, people in the Black community like that, to be honest. I really don't. I have more trust from people in the brown community that actually take care of people's mental health and help them. But I really don't trust people in the AA community that much, just because a lot of them are just hustling. They will do anything to knock you down, and they will do anything to, if they don't show you that they're here to help you with love and a smile, they will do anything. They will rob you. They've stolen from me also. And it doesn't mean I hate you guys. It doesn't mean I hate people from the AA community. I'm just saying you guys need to get the help that you need, and there needs to be more services. There needs to be more programs for people, and it starts with you not making fun of people with mental issues, so they can turn themselves in, and really we can really set better rules. Like, you have to find out, to see for yourself as a cop, if someone has mental issues. Why would a normal person just start flashing off their vagina, start getting naked in the middle of the street? Something is going on mentally that's not right. So you have to call the ambulance, not lock them up and take them in prison. They got real criminals waiting that need to be in jail to take that space. So yeah.
Violence in Broward County, and it is clear as day that there was, I believe, 5 different domestic violence filings. So that's the truth. She's not lying about that. You can go look it up yourself right now. But her Instagram page is called Chris Brown's Wife 777, and she treats her Instagram page like a diary. She says it's her diary where she'll be real with herself and record stuff for her to look back on.
And that's beautiful, because that's the same exact thing. That's what I do. And I love that. I think that's the whole idea. It's your diary. And a lot of your memories, like, how many times I've lost my actual diary, if I even had one. Like, I've lost so many, like, I've wanted to write, but this is the best. It's good for your mental health, and it's good for you to see how you've grown, how far you've come, things that you can remember. You talk about things that happen in case one day you lose your memory of who you are and nobody even has a single memory of you, a video of you. This is perfect defense. It's a defense mechanism, a self-defense mechanism.
But what she doesn't understand, or what she doesn't seem to understand about that, is that there is everybody out on the internet who is going to judge you from that. And she doesn't make it private because she feels like she doesn't need to. Maybe it's because she wants Chris Brown to see her. She believes in God.
And yes, she wants Chris Brown, like, just like me. I want Chris Brown to see. I'm not in competition. Like, if anybody wants to take Chris Brown and have Chris Brown, and Chris Brown wants them, I would never be mad at you. I would never say I'll beat your ass. Even if I do say don't touch my fucking man, it's just trying to show him that I'm crazy about him. But I really don't care. If you want to be with him, be with him. It's not something like, I would never be like, let me catch this bitch on the block. I would never start a battle with another woman. It's your personal feeling. This is how he makes you feel. At the end of the day, it's his decision and who he wants to be with. So never find yourself competing with another woman over a man. Never find yourself trying to beat up another woman just because you think she's taking your man. It's your man's decision, not her decision. Just like I said, I put myself out there, and if you choose, if you want to be, if you think that my proposal is good, it's like a proposal showing my story, my this. A lot of people end up getting married to people and not knowing who they really are, and end up in the wrong marriage and are like, damn, what the fuck did I do? You know, so this is perfect. Every woman should have their personal business online. Just don't put your social security, just so every man could know who they're about to marry. And every man should do the same thing, so we could know what we're getting into before we get into it. Celebrities do it all the time. We don't see every single detail of celebrities' lives because their lives are not controlled by them. Like, they're controlled by their producers and the people they signed with. But we would love to see every single detail before we get into a relationship with them and go to their homes and end up getting fucking murdered, like Rihanna got beat up.
See from some of her Instagram posts here. Weirdly though, she posts a lot of like Bible verses and Bible quotes.
Amen.
On top of pictures of her with like scantily clad outfits and lingerie, which is, I thought was kind of off-putting and weird. She said she never felt happy with herself, and she was going through domestic violence situation when she became Chris Brown's fan in 2015. Now that's when she was married to her now ex-husband, and she claims that he was the one domestically abusing her. She never felt happy with herself, and she related to Chris Brown being ridiculed for domestic violence and being shunned by a lot of people. Y'all remember that domestic situation with Chris Brown and Rihanna when Chris Brown put the pause on Rihanna? She's referring to that, so she's saying that she can relate to him being shunned and seen in a bad light because she grew up being seen in a bad light. She grew up as the ugly duckling. She said she's been called a man, and when she was 12, they gave her a nickname in school, Mangela. Man and Angela put together.
That's so crazy. That's amazing, like, to hear, because and I do want to apologize because when I start hearing this lady talk nicer, then I feel like I can respect and just some of the things. I feel like she probably doesn't mean to talk this way, but we all can be changed, and I hope she can learn from her mistakes and be like, okay, I won't laugh at mental patients. I won't laugh at people, because even me, remember, if you've been listening to my videos, I too grew up being called a man. I had people in the AA community always yelling, that's a guy, that's a guy. They were so fucking sure. I'm like, wow, you can't even tell the difference between a man and a woman. That's sad. You all are probably sleeping with real guys right now as a man, or because you can't tell the difference. Like, it's crazy. I went through the same exact thing growing up, so this is very inspiring to hear.
Little kids trying to be rude and mean. You know how kids can be. She said since the age of 12, she's been told.
Guys, we're running out of time, so we're going to go on to number 3. I think this is number 4 of the video. Thanks.